Today I'm going to read you a special story that is Stories of Mermaids, written by Russell Punter. So let's start in. Chapter 1, The Ghostly Galleon. Mermaids lived with her mother at the very bottom of the ocean. They were so poor, they could only afford a tiny cave. This was cramped, dark, and very cold. It froze their fins and took the shine off their scales. Harmony tried to keep up their spirits by singing beautiful songs. Her voice was so enchanting that passing fish had to stop and listen. One day, Harmony's mother woke up shivering all over. She was covered in blue spots, and her tongue had turned purple. Harmony rushed to find Dr. Finley. "Say, your mother is very sick," he whispered to Harmony. "The only cure is polka dot seaweed, taken twice for a day for 1 week." "Where can I find that?" asked Harmony. "That's the problem," replied Dr. Finley. "It only grows in the pirate's graveyard." "Oh no!" gasped Harmony. "Not that spooky place full of sunken pirate ships." "I'm afraid so," replied the doctor. "They say it's haunted by the ghost of Ginger Beard," said Harmony with a shiver. He was her first pirate to sail the 7 seas. The thought of visiting the graveyard filled Harmony with fear, but she had no choice. Minutes later, she was swimming nervously between the creepy wrecks. Harmony searched countless ships without luck. She had almost given up hope when she saw something's body sticking out of a rusty old cannon. "Found it!" Suddenly, a terrifying figure appeared from nowhere. "Yeah, ha, 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 ha!" Harmony yelped in fright. It was Ginger Beard. "Ghost, come steal my treasure, huh?" snarled the pirate. "No," cried Harmony. "I just need the polka dot weed to cure my mother." "I like the story of fish features." "I don't believe you," cackled Gingerbeard. He grabbed Harmony roughly and locked her in her cabin. "No one gets their hands on my gold!" screams the ghost. With that, he shimmered off to patrol the top deck. "What will happen to my mother now?" Harmony felt terrible. She tried to cheer herself up by singing, but all her songs came out sounding sad. Harmony's lovely voice floated around Gingerbeard's ship. No matter where he went, the pirate could hear her. However hard he tried, Gingerbeard could drag himself away from the mermaid's tragic tunes. As each day passed, he began to feel as sorry for Harmony as a tough old pirate can. After a week of the singing, Gingerbeard had enough. "I can't take any more," he sobbed. "Please just go home and take this chest with you." Harmony swam home as fast as he could and opened the chest. Polka dot weed floated out along with handful of coins. Harmony's mother was cured, and thanks to Gingerbeard's gold, they moved into a warm and cozy new cave. Chapter 2, The Missing Pearl. Marina looked at the giant pearl and sighed. It was the most beautiful thing she had ever seen. According to the legend, anyone who owns the pearl could never grow old and could swim the oceans forever. Sharks guarded it day and night. Okay, Toothy, time to lock up. Right, Orazo. The magic pearl was first prize in King Neptune's great seahorse race. The event was part of the king's 100th birthday celebrations. Marina was sure that she had and her seahorse Swish could win. Marina had been preparing for months with Scuba, her trainer. Make sure Swish has an early night, she told him. As Marina swam off, a sneaking-looking pair peeked out from behind a rock. Our slow coach of a seahorse won't stand a chance against Swish, whispered Sid. The squid and Marina is the best ocean's best rider. The mermaid by his side flicked her tail and gave a wicked smile. We will see about that, she said. Just wait. What are you going to do? Storm asked Sid. I have a plan that can't fail, she replied. That pearl is as good as ours. Next morning, the seahorses and their riders lined up for the big race. Marina gently stroked Swish's neck. You can do it, boy, she whispered. Storm looked across smugly at Marina. Then she turned and winked at her trainer. Sid winked back and swam away. What are those two up to? The prawn started, lowered his flag, and they were off. Soon Swish and Marina were way ahead of the others. Go, Marina, go! But Storm didn't look worried. But Marina led my coral reef surprise with her stop. As Marina passed the reef, a cloud of thick black ink shot out in front of her. Quick as a flash, Swish leaped over the top. Whoops! Marina lost hold of the reins as Swish sailed over the ink and cloud. The others, spotting the hazard ahead, swerved quickly past. Lucky you're such a good jumper, Swish, said Marina as she took the reins again. As they raced off, she just spotted an inky tentacle dart back into the coral. They soon caught up, and they neck and neck with Storm as the finish line came in sight with a final burst. Swish sped forward to win. Everyone clustered around to congratulate Marina. Everyone except Storm, that is. She was busy whispering something to do. Sid, who slithered off quickly. 3 cheers for the winner! A few minutes later, they were all in the cabin of the odd shipwreck for the prize-giving ceremony. But they were in for a shock. The pearl had gone. The sharks guarded, searched everywhere, but the pearl was nowhere to be seen. It must have been stolen, cried Scuba. But how? asked Tooty. The guard, this room was locked. The second guard pointed to a tiny portal. That's the only way out. In and out. But it's too small to get the pearl through, said Sid. Then it must have been taken before we locked up. said Toothy. Who was the last one alone with a pearl? Asked Storm, with a glint in her eye. Toothy pointed a fin at Marina. I announced she only took part in the race, so we wouldn't substance her, sneered Storm. Yeah, added Sid, waving his technicals. She only won by chance. Marina despondently tried to think of a way to prove her announced. Suddenly, Sid's dirty technicals gave her an idea. I think the pearl is still in this room, she cried, pointing at a pile of old cannonballs. She fantastically rubbed each one with her seaweed necklace. Look, this one isn't a cannonball at all, she declared. The pearl, gasped the crowd. Covered in squid ink, added Marina, staring at Sid. Gulp. She made me do it, cried Sid, pointing at Storm. And I had to discuss the pearl so Storm could correct it later. Shush, you stupid squid, yelled Storm, but it was too late. The crooks were led away, and Marina was presented with her magical pearly prize. Chapter 3. The Dancing Mermaid. Coral loved living under the sea. She raced dolphins and sea lions. She swam with schools and shimmering sardines. She teased shark and spent the summer splashing in surf. But Coral had a secret wish. She wanted to dance. Every evening she watched the humans whirling and spinning at the dance hall. She longed to join. Coral looked down sadly at her tail. How can I dance without legs? She sighed. I would give anything to change my flippers for feet. As she swam past Neptune's palace, Coral had an idea. Perhaps the king can help me. With a thrust of her tail, she darted inside. Coral entered the throne room. Nervously, her tummy felt as it has full of butterfly fish. And what can I do for you, young lady? Boomed the king. Well, your majesty, Coral began. I like some legs, please. Legs? Repeated the puzzled king. Mermaids don't need legs. Coral told the king about her secret wish. At first, he looked doubtful, but Coral begged and begged. Please, your majesty, I will grant your wish for 1 week, he said. Then you must decide whether to keep your legs or your tail. Coral wanted to dance more than anything, so she just agreed. King Neptune pointed his magical trident at Coral's tail. A sparkling swirl shot out, and the next thing she knew, Coral was standing on the beach. She tried to run to the dance hall, but her new legs took some getting used to. Oops! Whoa! Oh! After a lot of practice, Coral walked into the hall. The crowd began to whisper, "Who's that?" Was that beautiful stranger with silky golden hair? Soon she was swept off her new feet by a handsome young fisherman called Dan. They spent all night gliding and whirling around the floor. Coral had never been so happy, but she found that life on land wasn't as good as it looked. Looking was a lot Walking was a lot more tiring than swimming. Fish weren't so much fun when they were stuck in a bowl, and Coral Tail had never felt as sore as her feet. Dancing with Dan was the only thing she made worthwhile. Coral told Dan her amazing secret a week later. They went to the rocks to meet the king Neptune's rose for the waves. So what is your discussion? He asked Coral. Legs or tail? Coral had missed her ocean home more than she had enjoyed dancing, but she had fallen in love with Dan. Legs, she murmured faintly. The king looked at Dan. And which one do you think she should choose? He asked. Dan was in love with Coral, but he had seen how sad she was. Oh, land, tail, he said. Coral was heartbroken by his reply, but the king smiled wisely and whispered another question in the fisherman's ear. Dan grinned and nodded. I think I have the solution, said the king, and he lifted his trident. A magical cloud streamed around the pair. The next second, Coral was back in the sea. She had a tail instead of legs, and so did Dan. Let's try underwater dancing, said Coral, and they swam off in hand. Bye, guys. I hope you like my video. Bye.